Hey there, this is the One Boom, and YouTube is recommending all of my old videos to people and none of my new content to people, seemingly. So I keep seeing a lot of really nice comments on videos I made 2-3 years ago, and very, very low watch time on the current stuff I've worked on, and it's really been demotivating me, so hopefully YouTube can fix that, because it honestly feels like a bug. Like, seriously, all of my old videos have been apparently pushed to people's recommendations, but the stuff I'm uploading currently is getting about, 20-25% less views than it was a couple months ago. So, pretty disappointing, and this video is likely going to do poorly as well because I'm not mentioning Black Ops Cold War or Modern Warfare, despite the fact that YouTube is happy to recommend people my old Halo videos and Red Dead videos at the moment. Yeah, I'm not just a Call of Duty channel, but good lord, I really... Ugh. YouTube. When it comes to Insurgency Sandstorm, I absolutely adore it. It's a really awesome game. Unfortunately, it's also not very good. Looking at it objectively, the content release, the amount of bugs, the optimization, it hasn't been good. Insurgency Sandstorm was supposed to come to consoles like 2.5 years ago or something like that. It's been crazy. It's been a crazy amount of time, and it's been delayed indefinitely. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't think it's going to launch well. Now, factoring in the pandemic, it just makes this situation worse, but this game came out long before the pandemic, and I have to say, I've never really been that impressed with it. Yeah, animation quality, the style of game that it is, it's one of those games where every detail is really important. Let me know if you guys want me to make a video about Insurgency Sandstorm and why I like it. I have like 4 reasons I could bounce around in a commentary for you guys. But it has to be said that there is a serious issue with this game's optimization and honestly, core game balance. Mostly what comes to mind is the spawns. The spawns aren't just kinda bad, they're abysmal. They are some of the worst spawns I have seen in an FPS game ever. Like, Battlefield TDM used to get made fun of all the time, like Battlefield 3 and 4 and Hardline, their team deathmatch modes used to have famously bad spawns, but that somehow seems more justifiable in a 64-player thing. When I go to play Domination and Insurgency Sandstorm, its smallest game mode with respawns and everything, I don't like dying, respawning in a room just to have an enemy in an adjacent room, or spawning me behind an enemy that's running away from me. It doesn't make sense. Even on larger maps, the spawns make no sense. Like, it doesn't spawn me near my teammates, it doesn't spawn me near the objective I hold, it just spawns me somewhere randomly. So that kind of stuff is happening. Then you have just different little optimization issues, like, I'm running a GTX 1070, I have 8 gigs of video memory, I have 6 cores on my Intel processor, I'm running an i7 8700K, I'm running this game off of Samsung 970 EVO, I have 32 gigabytes of RAM. There is, in my opinion, my humble opinion, there's no reason for this game to be this poorly optimized. I mean, I'm getting 144 frames with ultra settings or high settings in Battlefield 4 at 1440p. Okay, I'm playing Warzone at over 100 FPS at 1440p, high to medium settings. And these aren't huge maps with 100 players on them either. These are smaller maps in Domination that just don't run well. Even the tutorial firing range, I have to put things on low and medium. I have to start lowering everything except for the render distance pretty much. And I still sometimes drop under 100 frames with my setup. That's sad. Now, I could probably just target 60 FPS and be fine, but my point is, the game is not well optimized. As I'm listening to this, I realize it makes me sound kind of prissy, saying that it falls under 100. What I mean is it dips down so hard, it's just stuttery and garbagey. It's not like the frame rate's lower than 100, it's that the frame rate's doing this, and then it just drops. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I lose 20 frames just by turning the shadows from low to high. And this game does not have destructible environments and tons of interactable physics objects or anything like that. It's just not well optimized. And this isn't some weird foreign engine either. This is the Unreal Engine. This isn't like some awkward piece of shit. I mean, I'm not a game developer, but I'm just saying it's not some weird new proprietary engine. It's Unreal. If they were to release it, I'm scared that it would be Cyberpunk levels of bad on last gen and really mediocre on current gen. And there's also certain things that are going to be really hard to do on controller unless the controller has paddles, you're gonna have trouble allowing people to lean left and right without aiming down sight. I mean, how are you gonna map the leaning on the controller? I mean, Rainbow Six Siege made it so you have to aim down sight before you click your left and right stick to lean. They could maybe map it to holding the bumper and then moving left or right to be able to lean left and right. I don't know, but it's gonna be kind of hard to map that. Also, some of these guns have crazy recoil, and like we've learned from Battlefield's past, it's hard to control high recoil on a controller. Now, they semi-recently, lowered the recoil of guns within a patch, as far as I'm aware. I was watching some videos on Insurgency Sandstorm, doing a little bit of research, and one of the YouTubers I was watching said that the recoil of most of the weapons was turned down to make the game more accessible, and I'm wondering if that was for the console port or not, but either way, I don't think this is going to run well on console. I think you already run into some problems with like the leaning and high recoil. You run into problems with this game's already really bad lack of performance and the fact that they can't even get spawns down yet. I don't know, even if somebody else is handling the port, how it's going to work out well, especially on last-gen consoles which have incredibly dated hardware. And this elusive console port has been in the works forever. It's crazy to me that we were supposed to get it last August and it just got indefinitely delayed, and we have no new information on it. I would genuinely not be surprised if we suddenly saw a cancellation of the console port in the next coming months, because I am scared to review this thing on console. After playing it on PC over the last couple of weeks, it just isn't a well-optimized game. But if they do release it on console, I do believe it should be current gen only, which is to say PS5 and Xbox Series X. I do not think it should come out on the base Xbox One and PS4, maybe the One X and PS4 Pro, but that's still, in my opinion, kind of pushing it. There's no reason that this game should run best with 8 cores and a 2080 Ti. There's zero reason for that. The game is poorly optimized. You take that over to a closed ecosystem like a console, you better have a team of people that know that console's hardware inside and out and can optimize it to the best of their abilities. But to keep up with current gen standards, you're going to have to run this thing above 1080p at a solid 60 FPS. That's the goal to hit. It has to be sharp looking, and it has to have 60 FPS if it's going to compete with other games that are in that same market. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment section below. If I got anything wrong, feel free to correct me. I'll see you when I see you.